Joey, 500. Got some goats in the field.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. It's Fly Eagles Fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
Shakedown.
Here comes Philly Shakedown.
Let's go.
Hello, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Philly Shakedown, and we are back another week closer to the draft. Philly 500, what's going on? How you doing today?
What's happening, my man? How are you?
I am perfectly well. Don't know what episode this is. We'll figure it out sooner or later, but we were late again today, and it's my fault. So, it just never changes. Just these things just happen every single week. It just happens.
If it ain't you, it's me. If it ain't me, it's you.
Yeah, we were from Saturday to Friday, back to Saturday, then to Sunday. So it's been kind of crazy this weekend.
It has. But hey, it's the off season. We can get away with it.
Oh yeah, it's something, definitely. So some new, maybe not new news that came out today, but we got some new news. I think it was at 5:00 in the afternoon on the Mathieu interest as of right now, and it looks like the Eagles are making a quote unquote strong push for Tyrann Mathieu. So, how do you think this whole process is going with the whole Tyrann Mathieu situation and just in general?
I'm sorry, I was making a strong push. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it's 50-50 they get him. I think they're going to try. I don't think they're probably not going to overpay. But, I mean, I think it would be a great idea to get him. I mean, if they could get him, you can definitely say that the defense is a lot better. Like, you can legitimately say this defense is better if you add him to this roster with Hassan Reddick, White, and him. Just those three guys. And especially if you could bring back like Steven Nelson or, whatever you're going to do at corner. But you have to say the defense is better. No question about it. The question is going to be, what about the offense? That's what it always comes down to.
Right. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. AJ, Huto, Ray Meyer, Big Mac Mullet, George Burrow. What's going on, man? Bang, bang. Bird Gang, Philly Beans, Goat James. What's going on? Ryan, what's going on? Philly Beans, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming into the chat, to the live stream tonight. Much love to everybody that's been supporting both channels, and it's been awesome. So, I mean, it's been a heck of a ride. It's been a heck of a ride with this offseason so far because, I mean, Howie doesn't like to show his hand, and we don't know. So we talked, I think, the other day, the past couple days on you had a dream. You said, I had a dream about something. And what was that dream?
I did. I had a dream. I had a dream that all Cowboy fans – no, I'm just kidding. I had a dream, I had a very vivid dream, and it was weird. But we were watching the draft. The Eagles had already made their first pick selection. Right. And then with the second pick, they draft Jameson Williams. Okay? And so they draft him, and they're talking, they're showing him on screen, but they keep talking about Garrett Wilson. So I'm like, was the dream about Garrett Wilson, or was it about Jameson Williams? Yeah. But to me, if you go back to Philly 500's track record, in 2017, I had a dream that the Eagles would play and this was right after the Carolina game, that the Eagles would play the Patriots in the Super Bowl. It would go to overtime, and we would win. Carson Wentz would be MVP. Carson got hurt, didn't go to overtime, but Nick Foles did outplay Brady and won the MVP. We won. Then a few years ago, I had a dream that we traded Zach Ertz to the Cardinals. A couple years later, they trade him to the Cardinals. So I'm 2-0 with dreams. Jameson Williams, I'm telling you, he could be the guy they go for.
Yeah, and I think with you talk about Jameson Williams, so you think that's such a Howie pick, like guy coming off injury, taking advantage of maybe he'll drop down the draft just a little bit, because I think Jameson Williams would have been the number one receiver in this draft before the injury. So
I don't know. I mean, I hadn't really put a lot of thought into him going to the Eagles before that dream. To me, I was more Trey Burks, and I kind of I like Garrett Wilson a lot. I was looking at one of those guys, but I think Williams is in play now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. We got a new member to the channel, the Shake Squad Army. Thank you, Matt Ruiz. Appreciate it very much, man. The Shake Squad Captain tier. All the extra content is all there for you guys. The draft highlight reactions, miscellaneous videos, some crazy videos I really can't put on YouTube. So definitely check out some of the other stuff I have on there. So thank you very much, Matt. Very much love, dude. Now, is this a draft? So just say you get Tyrann Mathieu as of right now. The Eagles could well take advantage of building your defense. I mean, you got 2 first-round picks right now. If you're able to, if they want to get another weapon for Jalen Hurts, you go to the second round. But you could take advantage of this situation, say, hey, we can add a trench guy, a defensive lineman, whether it's the 2 Georgia boys, or you can add, obviously, maybe if Kayvon's down the road or Jermaine Johnson's available or whatever's going on right now. Do you think they will go all defense in the first round to take advantage of this situation if Tyrann Mathieu does sign?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm starting to think they may go heavy offense in this draft. Because we all expect them to go heavy defense and they have not addressed the offense. I could see a situation like with the first pick, you take a defensive lineman, and then the second pick, first round pick, you take a wide receiver. And then in the second round, I could see them going running back, offensive line, something like that. But we have not addressed the offense at all. At some point, they're going to do it. And to me, if they go out and get Tyrann Mathieu, then to me, it kind of makes me feel like they're going offense heavy in this draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if they really wanted to, I mean, look, you take that 2019 draft that the Eagles had when it was a heavy defensive draft. They went, 3 or 4 offensive guys. I think Sharif Miller was the only defensive guy they took within the first 5 picks. So, I mean, Howie could try to be the smartest guy in the room, or, I guess we'll just find out when the time comes. But it is scary because even though we see all these pre-draft visits, we got Sauce coming in. We just heard about Andrew Booth had a visit with the Eagles as of right now. You had Jordan Davis. You had, obviously Devonta Wyatt. I mean, you had, there's some promising, defensively, there's some promising prospects that you're going to bring onto this team and try to draft. So at this point, it's how much of it is smokescreen, how much of it is some of these GMs, 5 or 6 GMs that, some of these guys ask around the league to see what the Eagles are doing. And I feel like nobody knows what the Eagles are doing right now, so, we could probably take quarterback off the table as of right now. I mean, it's still up in contention for this year's draft. But do you think that Saints-Eagles trade kind of made it official that they're not going after a quarterback in the first 2 rounds?
I do. I think when they made that move, that told us they're not going quarterback this draft. I mean, it's not going to happen because they would keep that extra pick just in case they needed to get up. So I think, I don't think they're going quarterback this draft. The question is are they really going to be that committed to going defense early like we all think? That I'm not so sure about anymore because I don't know where are you going to get better if they don't do anything on offense until the draft? When do you get better on offense? Like at what point do you upgrade your offense? They haven't done it. I mean, it's crazy to me.
Yeah. George Burwell says, sound be crazy, but if we could trade up for Sauce and get one of these Georgia defensive tackles, could get wide receiver in second, but Jameson Williams, I think, will be a stud along with Garrett Wilson.
I agree. I mean, I agree. I don't know what I don't think any of us know what the Eagles are thinking. I think they're a hard team to figure out. It would not surprise me if they traded out of the 18th spot. Like, they trade back. Like, they could, and maybe they go from, 18 to 25 to 26. But do not be surprised if they trade back again with one of those first-round picks.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, if it was me, I look at a lot of mock drafts, and, I'm seeing, we're looking at edge rusher. We're seeing, a lot of things are starting to change as close to the draft gets here. And I'm seeing, Travon Walker being, top 3 now. I don't know why, and I don't get it. I don't even hear much of Aiden Hutchinson anymore at edge rush anymore. I feel more Travon Walker. Sauce can be gone pretty much before pick he's a top 6, top 7 pick. I think he's going to be taken by the
Right.
Giants or somewhat very early. So do you think that this is a draft to take advantage of to get your player that you do want in the top 10, and more teams are going to be trading back at this point than really trading up?
Maybe. I mean, I don't think the value, like, I honestly don't think the value of this draft is way up at the top. I think it's back where the Eagles are. So you may get a team trying to trade back, and you may be able to get up there real cheap. So if there's a guy that you want, but I don't know. I mean, these mock drafts are all over the place.
I know.
Dude, they're all over the place. You have Travon Walker going 2 in some drafts. Then you have, other drafts where you have guys falling out of the top 10. Like, which one is it? Like, usually in this time of year by now, you already kind of have your top 5, 6 guys. You have a consensus of who it is. These mock drafts are all over the place. So it could go any way,
Yeah, I mean, I agree. 125 said, I don't think Jameson Williams would be the first receiver off the board. He couldn't play in Ohio State because of Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and Jackson Smith Jabba. That's why he transferred to Alabama. I mean,
I don't know. I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you what my dream. That was just my dream. I had no control over that. It was just a weird dream.
Well, you could say the same thing about Jermaine Johnson because he was a transfer from Georgia, which I found out, and I was like, wow, he was actually part of Georgia, didn't start, but went to Florida State and just was a wrecking ball. So, I mean, these teams just find, these players just go to, they go in the transfer portal and they go somewhere else, and that's it. They find their starting point somewhere else. BJ says, I feel like we're trading for wide receiver draft, and I feel like we're going heavy D.
I thought all along we would go heavy D this draft, but I mean, if you just look at like the offense, like if let's say we make no moves offensively, let's say we sign the Honey Badger, like at what point do you go offense? To me, I feel like it's such a so many defensive players in this draft and they're probably the defense is going to come off the board. A lot of defensive players are going to come off the board early. The better players on the board at the time may actually be offensive players. So why not get one of the top guys and then get a defensive player in the later rounds? I could totally see the Eagles doing it. Howie is unpredictable. We have no idea what he's doing, but he has not addressed the offense in free agency. Now we're talking about Honey Badger coming, which I hope he does. Mm-hmm. But how much money are you going to have to go spend on offensive players? So you're going to have to draft offense. They're going to go heavy offense. I'm telling you, it's going to surprise everybody.
Yeah, even if they don't. Yeah, even if they don't go heavy offense, like I know what I want from this draft, because if you get Tyrann Mathieu, if it was me, I'd grab a trench guy and I'd grab one of these cornerbacks, whether it's Sauce, Stingley, or if you're staying at 15 and Booth is available, I would take him because I think he's really good. But the Eagles, I actually take a receiver in the first round. I got a feeling that they're going to take a receiver because, like you said, that top 10, like a lot of defensive guys are coming off the board, and Howie's going to have the pick of the litter when it comes to the offense. And
here's what I think they're going to do. Yeah. I think they're going to trade the 18th pick back. I'm not saying they're going to go out of the first round, but they're going to trade back enough to try to get an extra second round pick. And then they're going to take a wide receiver with that pick. And then they're going to take David Ojabo with the second round pick.
Oh.
So I think they're going to go like defensive lineman, receiver, running back, and then Ojabo. Maybe they might go offensive line, but I think they're going offense. If you don't, like I said, if you don't get an offensive player in free agency and you wait until the draft, let's say it's the draft night, you haven't added anybody on offense. At what point are you going to do it? I think they're going to do it early in the draft.
Yeah, they might. I mean,
I could totally be wrong, but it's hard for me to believe that they spent all that money in free agency on defense. White, Hassan Reddick. Let's say they get Honey Badger, and then nothing on offense at all.
We thought it was going. Yeah, well, we thought it was going to be the total opposite. That's
right.
We thought it was going to be the total opposite. We thought they were offensive players in free agency, and then maybe one defensive guy, and then the draft would have been all defense, pretty much. Yeah,
I thought they were going to go veteran wide receiver. I thought they would go maybe another interior offensive lineman. I thought maybe they would make a play for Hassan Reddick. I kind of had a feeling they were going to, like the week before, but I thought they would go for a pass rusher, and I thought, we would go into this draft and they would focus on the offense and defensive lines. But now I'm thinking, man, they've ignored the whole offensive side of the ball. I mean, they've ignored the whole offensive side of the ball.
Is Howie good with this? Is Howie good with this group?
I don't know. This group? I don't think so. I think he's looking at it like the 2019 draft. We talked about this the other day on the phone. Everybody thought we were going defense. They took Andre Dillard, Miles Sanders, Arcega-Whiteside. Right? They very well could do that again. Yeah, I mean, it's something that we're all not expecting. It's something we're all haven't really thought about, but it's something I can totally see happening. I believe that one way or the other, we are going to come out of the first round going, what did Howie just do?
Yeah, that's probably what we're going to say. As long as they get somewhat of a defensive player in the first round, if I had to take it, I guess I'll just take it the way it is. But I don't know, because I'm looking at way too many. I'm looking at Fletcher Cox being a free agent after this year. Javon Hargrave's a big re-sign candidate after this year, but could be re-signed, like I said, at extended, save $13 million, but you're losing 2 defensive tackles without who's re-signing or whatnot. Losing 2 defensive tackles. I don't think you have enough at edge rusher right now. Even with Derek Barnett being here, it's just not enough. So linebacker, I just by getting Kaiser White, I don't think they're touching linebacker within the first 2 rounds. That's just me. Cornerback, you're missing somebody right now as the number 2 guy. And then safety, we're kind of looming and waiting for Tyrann Mathieu. So there are a lot of holes defensively. But
I mean, me personally, like if I had to choose how I would do it, I would like to take Jordan Davis with my first pick. And then my second pick, I would like to try to make a play for Stingley.
Hey, that's what I like. No, I'm totally fine. Look, I would definitely take a chance on Stingley. I would totally take a chance, because I think from that pro day he had, that stock went up. And
I thought he was getting killed unfairly.
Yeah, I agree. Well, but he was putting teams on notice, saying, you better not pass on me, because he was telling people, watch what I do on my pro day. I mean, he's got that dog mentality in him, which I really do like. It's him and Sauce are like, their mentalities are fantastic. In your face corners, just kind of reminds me of Jalen Ramsey, but I think they actually have, they say some crazy stuff. So when it comes to both of them, I'm totally in on. I mean, I think Stingley is a Howie pick. I mean, I think, I don't know if he's going to be top 10. Everyone's saying he's going top 10 now. Maybe. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Our great with the super chat. Appreciate it very much, man. He says, Wyatt, 5 sacks in 4 years. Why do you want him?
I want Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis.
I like Wyatt because you can move him around the line a little bit. And I don't know, I'm not saying that Jordan Davis will not have a pass rush. I think he will, but between the 4-3, 3-4, you line him up as a nose, I think he's just going to do a lot of different things here. And like you said, I think we talked about, he's got, the one thing we have to watch out for him is his weight down the line.
That's the one thing I worry about with him.
Right. Not losing.
I mean, how much bigger can a guy get?
Right.
I mean, he's already a house.
A house. I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how much bigger can he get before the weight starts becoming an issue?
Right. We got a super chat from Marcus Big Mom. Appreciate it very much, man. It says, breaking news, Howie Roseman got life in jail for making a bad pick in the draft. He got banned from the NFL draft in the NFL.
One could only hope. Maybe he'll get a 10-year ban if he smacks somebody in the face. Find Jerry Jones and go smack him in the face.
Maybe we'll see more War Room controversy this year. Maybe we'll see something else happen in that War Room this year. Because those cameras are gonna be watching for anything that happened in that room. I would
love to be in that draft room. I mean, what do you think? It's like you've got the scouts on one side, you got the analytics guys on the other side. What is how it go? Okay, guys, all guys that have never put on cleats and pads. Who do you want in the draft? guys who have put pads on but can't read. Who do you want in the draft? Calculate. All right, we're going to go with the analytics department again. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be like a competition in the room. Like someone make the better pick first or something like that.
Yeah.
Tyler Goodwin says, I think Eagles want a cornerback. We still don't have cornerback 2, so I feel that we either make a push for Stingley or we trade 18 for a second and mid-20s to get Booth and Stingley if Stingley is gone.
Here's my question. If let's say we draft 2 defensive line or 2 defensive players with the first, like, when do we get offense? Like, when do we address the offense? You know, this league is not. I'm sorry, this is an offensive league today in today's football. Like, when do you address the offense? Are we really going to wait till like the 3rd or 4th round to address offense this offseason?
I mean, receivers
at some
don't.
Point, you've got to put something towards the offense, right?
And you're not even promised to get a good receiver in the 2nd round at 51 because most of them could be gone by that time.
Yeah, there's a lot of receivers to go.
You know what I mean? So it's not like they're in like the first pick in the 2nd round. Like they're down the line a little bit. So there's a little bit of time that they can move up. They have the draft picks to do it. Like if they want to move into the top 10, they have draft picks. You got an extra 3rd round pick from the Saints trade. You have 3 5th rounders. You have a couple 6 and 2 7. I mean, no, you have 1 6, I think. And now because you gave one away and now you have like 2 7th round picks. So, I mean, they have the ammo to do it. That other 3rd round pick that we did get is going to help somehow. So
I think they're drafting a receiver early. I'm beginning to think if receiver. I think they could get a running back in the 2nd round. Like I just think they've got to throw resources out on the offense side of the ball at some point.
Yeah, they've
literally done none of it.
Yeah.
I can't reckon that. Like I can't work that out in my head. That they think their offense is so good that they don't touch it, like until the 4th round. I mean, with like it's crazy. They spent all free agency on defense. Okay, when do they go offense? It's going to be early in the draft. I really think so.
It might. I think they have a lot of interest in wide receivers now. What receivers have been on a pre-draft visit so far? Not like it matters, but I don't think they brought in one receiver.
Yeah, I think I had it
yet.
No, they haven't. I don't think they've. I don't think they have brought them either.
It's been defense.
I think it's pretty much defense.
Yeah,
yeah, and it would make you feel like, hey, the Eagles are going to go defense, but we know a few years ago that Andre Dillard didn't even talk to the Eagles. He had no communication with the Eagles whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And what if like towards the end here, right in the last few days, what if they start bringing in offensive guys? Like they're doing all their defense, then they're going to do their offense. I'm just saying. Let's say you're right. Let's say they go defense. 1st round. Let's say 2 1st-round picks. They go defense. Okay. When do you address the offense? You've spent all that money in free agency on defense. Now you're spending your top picks on defense. Like, are you just going to ignore the offense? This is an owner, by the way, that talks about wanting to be a passing offense that scores a lot of points.
Here's what I don't get, though. Here's what I don't get. Why did they go into free agency with this wide receiver issue that they want to add another weapon, but they completely just pass on everybody, even if they were trying to give. And I know that Christian Kirk kind of stinted the market when the Eagles offered 13 and he got 17. But why haven't they made more of a push for a receiver and say, you know what, we have to give him a few extra dollars, but let's just try to fit him under the cap if we can? Why didn't they? Why did they? Dude, it was every day. We were texting each other every day, and we were like, they're interested in this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and they passed on every single one.
Right.
So they kind of put themselves in a corner. So at this point, you got DJ Chark that went to the Lions for $10 million for a year. Like, why didn't they fight that? Why didn't they go after him? I mean, I don't get it.
Right, and Born Again says, Philly, we have more than just 2 picks. No, we totally have more than 2 picks. But I'm talking about like from a resource point of view, where your first round picks are going to get more money than your second round picks, your third round picks. And you've already put money towards the defensive side of the ball. So are you going to put high picks now and pay high picks? Are you going to pay them, a lot of money, and they're also on the defensive side of the ball? So now you got all free agency, and let's say your 2 first-round picks, all defense. All that money is going towards the defense.
Right.
Where's the investment in the offense from a money standpoint? Sure, you have third-round picks, fourth-round picks, but you're not really putting any money at it because you're not paying your top picks. They're not offensive players. They're defensive players.
No, you're going to have no room to pay for anybody offensively because too much money's on the defensive side of the ball.
Just doesn't make sense.
No.
It doesn't make sense. I think they're going to go defensive. I think they're probably, if I had to guess, I'm going to say they go defensive line first pick. Second pick, the 18th pick, they trade back to like 25, 26. And then they take a wide receiver. Then they take like a running back or offensive lineman in round 2. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. Because I'm not.
This is
I'm not
an
sure.
owner. This is an owner that claims he wants to have a passing offense. He wants a high prolific offense that throws the ball. That's what he wants. Yet we don't have any investment in it.
No. No, there's none. I'm completely shocked the way this whole offseason's been offensively. So
I mean, we got the guys on our team that were already on our team, but besides that, who have we added? It's kind of shocking to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. They don't value cornerback. They haven't. They're really at this point. Like, I'm expecting a corner to at least get drafted this year, and I don't know who it's going to be, but they've already brought in 2 cornerbacks already. They already have some interest in McDuffie from Washington as well. As Sauce already came in this weekend, and then they already did Booth that we heard from the other day. So I feel like they have a lot of interest in corners, but is it going to be enough? Do they feel like?
No, I would say, like, look, you signed Honey Badger at safety, and you want to draft a corner. I mean, that's great for me personally. I would love it. I'm okay with it. But how does it match up with what they claim they want? It doesn't.
Yeah. AK Eagles podcast, what's going on, man? He says, also remember, if you go D in the first, you could probably get wide receiver Bell from Purdue at 51, possibly. But do I really trust them going in the second round, getting a receiver? I feel like they want to get a weapon in the first round. Like, that's not what I want. I say if you sign Tyrann Mathieu, build your – I mean, I understand, like, I really want to build this defense so badly. Like, I want to get this defense ready for years. You can draft a really good cornerback this year, whether it's Stingley, whether you move up for Sauce, or whether you draft, Andrew Booth at this point, or maybe McDuffie if that's that's the route you want to go. But I feel like it's going to be mixed up, like you said. I feel like it's going to be mixed up. I feel like they're good. Top priority has always been getting after quarterback. That's what Howie said. So the trenches, definitely. Defensive line, I think they have to get somebody. I think they have no choice but to get somebody on the defensive line. So one of those Georgia guys, I'm totally fine with at this point. I think they're drooling out of the mouth for Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis. I've been saying this every day. First night of the draft, I'm going to be on the stream and say, this is the guy, Jordan Davis, Devontae Wyatt, the 2 guys I want with whatever the first pick, whatever it is. Second pick, I have no idea. I feel like they have to go wide receiver. I feel like they have no choice. They have to. I don't know. We weren't big on. They don't need a first round receiver because we have a number 1 receiver now. But do I really trust them going in the second round at 51? And if they don't trade up, and we're on day 2 watching the second round and we don't know what they're doing and they're passing on all these guys are getting drafted, they're not making a move up, then we're going to be in trouble. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
The second round pick, I'm very nervous about because we took Dickerson last year and we didn't know what was going to happen. We thought it was, it was a high, it was a, it wasn't even a low risk, high reward because he was very high. It was supposed to be a late first round pick. And, you had, they could have picked JOK. They could have had Asante Samuel Jr. in the second round. We could have been set at cornerback. I'm tired of going after 28 to 30-year-old corners on top of it. I would like to draft one this year, but since they totally ignored the offensive side of the ball, I feel like they've been interested in Olave. I feel like they've been interested in Garrett Wilson. All the conversations we heard between those guys, I feel like there's a lot of interest going to the wide receiver room in this draft, come this month. So that's
if they land Honey Badger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are the chances that they're going to go offense early? I mean, it's got to increase it, right? I would think. I'm just saying.
I was hearing news a couple days ago that, Gannon, I guess there was some rumors about Gannon talking about they want, Tay Gowan and Zech McPherson to compete at cornerback. I'm like, if that's the case, you're in trouble because I don't know what I'm kind of excited to see what Tay Gowan could do because that way we got from the Zach Ertz trade. He was supposed to be drafted here. Arizona took him in front of us. And Zech is still a project right now as a 4th round pick from Texas Tech. So, I mean, you really have nothing at cornerback for the number 2 spot. Steven Nelson was solid. I feel like those cards are still on the table because Steven Nelson hasn't signed yet. They've been looking at Xavier Rhodes. Patrick Peterson already signed with the Vikings as of right now. So, I mean, it's either they have to move up or they're just going to get a veteran. That's one or the other. I'd rather draft one, but, we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. I mean, this is all, guys, we're just guessing. Come draft day. That's why this crap is exciting, but it's so terrifying at the same time because we have no idea. We're shooting the shit right now, pretty much. That's what we're doing right now. I mean, that's all it is.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at some of these rumors here. NFL News, which is at ML Football. Did you see this?
No.
They said the Eagles are extremely close to a deal with star safety Tyrann Mathieu. Pound Saints and Steelers are making final pushes, but it looks like he's headed to Philly. Then they tweet about 40 minutes later, there has been some complications between Mathieu and the Eagles. They have taken a step back in the negotiations. At this time, Mathieu's agent has declined to comment.
Who the hell said that? There it is. There it is. I see.
At ML Football 2. I don't know. I never heard of them, so I don't. No, but it goes from they're close to now there's a snag to they took a step back. We're right back where we started from. So what the hell was that?
I don't know. I don't know who the hell. What is NFL NFL News? Only got 2,000 followers. No, I've never heard of this either. That's why it's weird. So I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, he backed out because Howie's like, how much you? Tyrann Mathieu's like, how much you pay? 1.1 million for 3 years. I feel like that's because really, the Eagles got really lucky on the Hassan Reddick. They got lucky on the Hassan Reddick contract. I mean, they got him on a
listen, Honey Badger, we're paying Derek Barnett $1 million per sack, so you better take less money. Come on.
What was that contract again for Barnett?
Barnett was I think he was 7. It was 13 million guaranteed over 2 years. Fucking bullshit that is. This guy gets paid he's getting paid for pressures. $1 million of sack pressure.
Yeah,
$1 million of flag.
That's what it should be. Jeez. So Nigel Freak with the super chat. Appreciate it very much, man. He says Shaq just said the Sixers will win in 4.
Shaq's smart man.
He is a smart.
I like it.
Joel Embiid surpassed Shaquille O'Neal in the scoring title, which is great.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Shout out to Nitro Freak, by the way. He does cover the Eagles on his channel. Subscribe to his channel, please. We're definitely gonna get him on the show soon. Talk Eagles very soon. Appreciate it, man, so much. God, we're backing out. I swear to God, we already had 3 players from this free agency already back out of deals and go to other teams. Oh my God, I'm telling you. We got a super chat from. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying, a lot of those NFL things on Twitter, like you can't really, you have to take it with a grain of salt because they're made to look like they're like real NFL logo and all this stuff, and then it's just some fan account doing basically what we're doing, except for that they're lying and we're just giving our opinion.
Right. Troy Grits with the super chat. Appreciate it very much, man. He says Sauce feels like Nomni to me, a press man corner. We would try to turn into his own corner and it wouldn't work out.
I don't know. I mean, he reminds me a weird one. He reminds me of Bobby Taylor a little bit. That's who he reminds me of.
No, I don't think there was bust. I've never really thought there was bust written on him too much. I was kind of afraid before the combine that his backtrack speed wasn't going to be good, but he ran a really good 40 time and he was moving pretty good. So I was kind of surprised, but because Sauce is a good, like, you don't draft a corner. You draft a corner in the first round that's man-on-man coverage. You're not drafting the best zone coverage corner in the first round. You're drafting a guy in the first round at cornerback to be the best man-to-man guy that's going to make your team successful, and that's the way it goes. Yep. So, because Andrew Booth, I think, is really good at man-to-man, and he could play zone, so he could do a little bit of both, which is good. McDuffie is more of a inside corner zone guy. I think the best zone coverage corner in the draft, but am I really taking him at between 15 to 18? No, probably not.
Yeah. Our gravy says that's not a real source. No, I know it's not a real source, but you got to understand. We get on Joey Plug. I get inundated with DMs from all these places all day. People like I get so many of these to go through. Like I can't keep up with it. People send me it's like half of them I haven't heard of.
No, I've never heard of that. I never heard of
that one either. That's why I don't put a lot of stock into it.
And are the Steelers really involved? I know they're going to pay. Minka Fitzpatrick's just getting a big deal, so are they really going to?
It was like, the Eagles are close. The Eagles hit a snag. No, we're back where we started. So what's the point?
People just want to piss off the fan base. I mean, I think that's all it is, really.
I don't think from what I heard, I don't think the Honey Badger's in a rush at all. He's just taking his time.
No, I think it's I think teams will try to make a push for it, but I mean, how long is he going to wait till after the draft? Do you think he'll be signed before the draft, or it's more of an after the draft type move?
I think he's probably before, but I don't know. I mean, when did he sign? He signed a couple different times, so we'd have to go back and look at how long it took him beforehand.
Yeah, I don't know. That I haven't looked up. But. Best Stacy Turbeville, what's going on? Would you guys be disappointed if we traded our 2 firsts and went to 4 and got Sauce Gardner the top corner? I'm kind of worried Howie may do this. No, I doubt it. Highly doubt they're trading 2 first round picks to go up.
No, I probably wouldn't because I think Sauce Gardner is going to be a stud. So I wouldn't be upset about it. But I wouldn't be surprised if they trade up. I don't know if they'll trade 2 ones, but I would not be surprised if they trade up and trade back. Still.
No. Michael says, hey, 500, about your dream. Could you imagine if we draft Wilson and draft CJ Stroud next year? That would be great. Another like Jason
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. That was a weird dream, man. It was very vivid.
And you remember every part to it.
Not every part. I mean, I don't know who they drafted with the first pick. I know that they drafted the first pick, but I remember going, well, who did we take with the first pick? And I couldn't find that. But I know that they took, what's his face? Jameson Williams.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if they go in that direction, like they do defense. They go trenches and then go wide receiver. It wouldn't surprise me because they want to. They have to add another. I mean, they have to add another weapon. I mean, you already got Zach Pascal on the roster now. I understand he's dirt cheap and works well under Nick from when he was with the Colts, but you got to figure a way to add more competition to the wide receiver room. Like Rager needs to be in competition. Rager needs to be beaten out.
Right.
JJ, I think, has less of a chance to even. He might be on the bubble, depending if they keep 5 or 6 receivers at this point. So we might actually get our wish and have one of these guys gone.
Please let him go.
So we might be lucky here. Yo, Damian Ramey, what's going on, man? Yo, 500 Joey finally back in South Jersey. Sorry, I've been away, moved from Hawaii and retired from the Navy, bro.
No, man. Shout out to you, man.
Congrats,
Happy
man.
retirement, my friend.
Definitely. Yeah, I haven't seen you around a long time. It's been a while.
Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a while.
We got a super chat from Steagles fan 568. Appreciate it very much, man. Thank you so much.
I like his little logo there.
The Steagles. What year was that, Steagles?
God, 1940 something.
It's crazy. I read about that.
I want to say 42 or something like that, but I can't remember the exact date.
Clark says, "How do we know we're actually going after Honey Badger?"
Well, we reportedly, from what we've known, they've met with him. They had a Zoom meeting with him, and they've spoken to him. So we gather that there's interest there, but how big, like how much are they pursuing? We really don't know. Here's
the question I have: why was it virtual? Why didn't they take their time and get them over there? It's so like a non-personal when you do a virtual. What they do? Oh, well, this is where you're going to be. Well,
I mean? it makes you feel like they're like, are they half-assing it? Like, well, we'll go through the motions. You know what I mean? Yeah, I hear you. Thomas Hefferman said it was 1943. Shout out to Thomas. Yeah, 1943. Yeah, that's about right. He would know. Yeah. I don't. I think that he's right.
David says, "I'm still loyal, Joey 500." Appreciate it, man. We appreciate it very much.
You the man.
1943. That's crazy. That's nuts. So Adam says he wanted to stay in New Orleans to negotiate with Saints. That's why it was virtual.
Well, I guess the negotiations with the Saints didn't go well. Because he still hasn't signed with the Saints, and he was there.
Yeah. So is he trying to drive up? Is he trying to drive up his price by leaving there? He's trying to drive his price up.
I think isn't he from that area?
Yeah, he went to LSU.
Yeah, he went to LSU. So I mean, it could be. It could be. Who knows?
I saw it. I can't. I'm not saying a word, but I'm just gonna laugh it off. Let's see here. Let's see. Torville says, I think Matthew's agent is using the Eagles for leverage. If he wanted to really play for the Eagles, he would fly there and negotiate in person.
I would think so too. It could totally be a leverage play. It could totally be.
What else have we heard today? I'm trying to figure out what else has been going on. It's been quiet. They've been really quiet.
Last few days, quiet. Usually that means something's a coming. Usually, when it's quiet for a couple days, yeah, usually it means something.
Chris R said, Honey Badger really wanted to go home to the Saints. He would have been signed there just like Reddick did here. He wants the money and longevity. Yeah.
And listen, he's already won a Super Bowl. So I'm sure I'm sure money's a big part of it. I don't know if the Eagles can offer him what he would want. But I mean, he would be a giant upgrade.
Oh, man.
God. I mean, that would make me feel good from a defensive standpoint because I'm like, well, you've added a double-digit sack guy, you've upgraded your linebacker spot, right? And then you added a safety. I think the defense is better.
Yeah,
you can legitimately say it.
Were you kind of shocked that Roddy McLeod signed with the Colts? Were you kind of shocked over that, or no?
No, not at all. I didn't. From what I had heard. Once they brought Anthony Harris back, it seemed to me like there was no rush to bring McLeod back. That's kind of the way I took. Like, I didn't think both of them were coming back. So I thought once Anthony Harris came back, I was a little surprised he came back over McLeod. But I was like, oh well, I guess
probably the injuries. I mean, probably just. I don't know. Probably because McLeod. I mean, he's just injured all the time, unfortunately. And I don't know. I think he took a step down. I think maybe he took a step down a little bit, but
he did. He did.
Yeah. Yeah. even with Anthony Harris, I thought it's really hard to say what these safeties did last year because we had no pass rush and this whole defense was a total disaster. So it's really hard I thought he made some good tackles this year, but he didn't like flash out to me like he was like all-star material or anything like that. But it's a veteran presence at the end of the day. So, we got super chat from Ocean Wong. It says, what's Smith, something you guys disagree about birds wise? What do we disagree on? I think go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I said I thought we disagreed on, I guess, when the whole quarterback thing was going on earlier this year. Russell Wilson was available. I think Philly wanted to trade for Wilson, and I kind of want to keep everything the way it was. I mean, that's the only thing I really.
Yeah, I wanted to go after Wilson because I thought they were unique guys. I think, the only thing I can think of now would be maybe I think that the Eagles are a little more. Now, I'm just guessing. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I think the Eagles have kind of already committed to moving on from Hurts. I think that, and that's not what I want, but I think that they're already setting it up. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but
no, I think so. Because is the trade in fact saying, is it just more security? Is it more security, or is it that they're actually giving Hurts a chance, or in their minds are they saying that they're already moving on from that trade?
What I think that they're saying that they're trying to give him a chance, but I think that their actions are showing us the opposite, that they're moving on from, because they haven't gotten him any help.
Yeah, so really not giving him a fighting chance.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing him right. I think they're doing him wrong. I think they should be trying to do more for him to help him out.
Yeah. The man Dano 212 says, hey man, you guys are the best. Not an Eagles fan, but you guys are the best Eagles fans ever. PS 500 making me bet Jameson Williams will be taking Denzel Profit Washington.
Don't blame me that was just a dream, but I love the thumbnail. I look like an angry guy from Siberia.
It wouldn't surprise me if Jameson Williams is there. It really wouldn't surprise me.
I look like I just fought a Ukraine war. I've been fighting the Russians in the Ukraine war, according to that thumbnail.
LD says if Jalen Hurts has a decent year till you guys agree he will play under the franchise tag. So do the Eagles necessarily have to win a division for Jalen Hurts to at least show that he's capable?
Well, they don't have to franchise him because he's still under contract one more year after. They can just the window to negotiate an extension is still available. It opens up after this year. So he still would play. He wouldn't play under the franchise tag next year. But for me to believe that that they would view him as a franchise quarterback, he's got to go out and put up monster numbers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, like Carson Wentz, like, I don't think it would be good enough. Like, he's going to have to throw up monster numbers. That's not my opinion. That's what I think the Eagles' opinion is. I'm not saying that. I think that's what the Eagles think.
So winning the East and winning a playoff game, that would be your bet that will get him in there?
No, that may not be enough. Like, he has to put up numbers.
Yeah, I get it. Right.
I'm talking like 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, almost 4,000 yards passing, and then, primetime wins, like in big situations. And the reason I say it is because if they really believe in him, where's the help?
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking. Where's the help? If you believe in him, then why do we not have more weapons on offense?
If you have this much faith in your quarterback and you're giving this guy a chance, and you're saying, "Well, we got Zach Pascal. That was our and Drake. What's his name? Allen. That receiver from Oregon that we get picked up. that hasn't played football since 2016. I don't get and that was a 3-year deal apparently. That I don't know why you're giving a guy that hasn't played football since he hasn't played an NFL snap yet. Special
I
teams?
want them. See, I've pushed because I've pushed for weapons because I wanted Hurts to have every opportunity so that when he went out there and he either did good or he did bad, we wouldn't be saying, well, he doesn't have anybody to throw to, or nobody's ever open, or whatever excuse there will be. I don't want there to be any excuse. I want to be like, look, we did everything we could for this guy, and he did great or he didn't great, and now we know. Yeah. That's what I want,
Because between Carson Wentz in the offseason of 2017, you saw the weapons they added around him. I'm not seeing that here. I'm not seeing any of that right now.
Right. I mean, Alshon Jeffrey, I think he was the best wide receiver available in free agency that year.
Yeah.
And they didn't do enough for Carson either. I mean, they haven't done enough for Jalen Hurts, but they never did enough for Carson either. I mean, that DeAndre Hopkins trade should have been a trade to make for Carson Wentz. And they didn't do it.
No, and it's like, even if they kept the same receivers here, or they just never upgraded. Like, you have like Alshon Jeffrey, like after the Super Bowl, didn't really 18 was an okay year, but started getting injured, obviously getting, after his 4-year extension, which was a good deal at the time. It was a really good deal, but they just kept giving guys way too many chances every single year. If things are not working, you got to try to upgrade, right? I mean, that's why we don't hit on these draft picks since the Super Bowl. Obviously, besides last year was a good draft, but you didn't hit on draft picks. You're kicking the can down the road. You're restructuring old players. We're getting older. We're not getting younger. And I think we're starting to turn right now. It just really depends. Like this draft is our future. Like it's really important. I mean, it really is important to get this roster up right. So
Born Again says no weapons. Smith, Goddard, Quez, Miles, Gainwell, or nothing. Add Jamison or Dodson, and they are absolutely loaded. The problem isn't that those guys don't have talent, because they do. The problem is they're all young. They're all young and still learning, and they're all 2 or 3 years away from being to that point where I think they really can help Jalen Hurts. So to me, it's not that they don't have talent or upside. It's that they're very early in their careers. Even Goddard, I mean, to me, and then Miles is hurt all the time. Gainwell, we'll see what he is. Quez has to get more snaps, and they need to treat Devontae Smith like a real number one. So the only 2 guys out of that whole group that I can for sure say that I believe for a fact are studs are Smith and Goddard, but they're also young, and I think they need more playing time. I want a guy that comes in and elevates him right away, not in 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah. But think about because then if you draft a receiver in the first round, you're just adding another young guy, and it's
young guy that's got to wait a couple years, and in a couple years, Born Again is absolutely right. It's loaded, but it's going to take some time to develop. And do they have the patience for Hurts to do that?
But you're not promised to get a Jamar Chase out of this draft and is going to just blow up first game. It's not promised that way. And plus, on top of it, it's not like you had a veteran head coach that came in as a new head coach for the Eagles. You had a veteran, you had a new head coach in Nick Sirianni, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, first-year defensive coordinator. Like, there were too many new pieces in one season. Like, mistakes were going to get made. Like, there was no veteran, there was no. Everything was way too new, and it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. It was.
How can Quez get more? How can Quez get more snaps if we bring? Well, listen, if you bring in DK, that's the exception to the rule. See, that's the exception. Now you have to play DK, and then what I do is I simply put Quez in the slot. I think he got the majority of his snaps in the slot anyways last year, and then Rager has to lose the snaps. It wouldn't be Quez. But, I mean, getting DK changes everything. To me, it changes the whole power structure of your division. That's how big I think it is.
Oh yeah, I just even when I saw Gardner Minshew play against the Jets and like the whole offense changed at like a ridiculous pace. Like it was a totally different. It was a passing offense. It wasn't. They tried to incorporate Jalen Hurts his style into Gardner Minshew. They literally took Gardner Minshew what he's good at and they ran with it. You know what I mean? So it's totally different. Like Shane Steichen, I think, is on the hot seat this year. I think because look, Hurts is an issue already, but it's play design, it's route combinations, it's like opening certain guys up. Like you said, like, Devontae Smith's the number one receiver and he's not getting the ball enough. Quez Watkins isn't getting the ball enough. You have a playoff game. What number one receiver is getting the ball at 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter? It's ridiculous.
Well, and I blame some of the coaching too, because Devontae Smith is a stud and he should have been used a lot better. Quez Watkins should have got more snaps. That hurts all their development. And then I agree with Born Again. Rager's got to go. Rager holds the whole group down as far as I'm concerned.
I think it's just we've undervalued, we've overvalued too many draft picks, and then you have players that come in here like Jalen Reagor. Even this past offseason, I've seen videos he's working his tail off and he's in these camps, these wide receiver camps and doing this thing, but every time he goes on live stream, and I got to get clips of this, like every time he's on live stream, he laughs everything off like it's a complete joke. Like it's not good. Like it's not right. They have given him every opportunity. They've started him every single game. They have given him every it's a wide receiver's dream to start every single game all year long. Even if you're playing bad, that's even good for him because he's getting a lot of reps, but it's just not panning out right now. With 2 touchdowns, 300 yards, crazy.
I just wish they would have given Devontae Smith as much attention and effort to get him the ball as they did Reagor.
Yeah,
seriously, the guy would have had a monster year.
You talked about that Cowboys game and how they were literally, because of breaking Deshaun Jackson's rookie record, they were forcing the ball to him all game. It's like, why? And you told me, and you're like, why don't they do this every single game? And I'm like, you're right.
Yeah. Why would you not go out and get him involved immediately? It makes no sense.
I don't know. But I know we get a little, we got to be excited. We got to be, I know we get pissed off at all this stuff. Like,
no, I'm excited about the draft.
Yeah.
What all I'm trying to do is I'm not even downing anything. I'm not trying to down anything. I'm just trying to figure out what their mindset is going into the draft. So I'm thinking, okay, well, you do this on free agency. What does this mean on offense? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what they're thinking because I don't know. That's what makes the whole thing so interesting.
Cameron Holmes says, Joey Shakes, have y'all seen Reagor on Instagram Live? Dude is so reactive to the trash talk. Like when people trash talk him, I have to see video. I have to see it. Like I got to
go trash talk him.
He goes live. Oh my God. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. But we have 412 people in the chat right now. Much love to everybody that's in here. It's been supporting both our channels, and if you want content every single day, and every single day we're putting out as much as we possibly can and enjoying it, and we'll be streaming during the draft as well. So subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. Like the stream if you guys haven't. If you love the Philly Shakedown podcast, subscribe to Philly 500. His link is in the description below. Like I said, we're going to be streaming the draft for 3 days straight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy, and we're ready. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Like it's coming quick. It's already. You got like not even 3 weeks. It's coming. Pause. It's coming fast.
Joey's coming. Philly 500 already came.
All right. See, Kurtaga says Hurts doesn't look look NFL pro yet. Some of it's because he threw to Reagor so much.
Yeah, I just wish he like. I just want him to be able to go out there and not nobody say, well, he's throwing to this guy or he's throwing that guy. Like I want it to be like, we've done everything we can do for this guy. Now go play. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's I don't know what they're gonna do because this whole free agency we were like first day we were going. Reddick was like one I didn't expect we were gonna get. We got him, and you kind of.
I called the Reddick thing a week before on the Philly Shakedown. I said I got a feeling they're going to go to Reddick. I had that feeling.
We got S. Marie to Booth. Like the stream and subscribe. Appreciate it, S. Marie.
Yes, thank you, S. Marie. In the house.
In the house.
In the house.
Yeah, so for the draft, we don't know what time we're jumping on yet. Like because I already had some people ask me about what time are we going to get on for the draft.
It'll be early. Probably early, right?
Yeah, really.
I mean, we're not going to be late for the draft.
No. We'll be on time for the draft.
We're going to come in like right after the 16th pick.
No, we missed it. No,
it's going to be interesting.
All right, here's an interesting one. I want to ask you this. Thank you, R-Grade, for bringing this up. So, Joey, you watched the Sirianni presser where he brought up Debo. So, I don't know if someone in the like one of the beat writers brought up Debo, but he looked to his side to like make sure he could talk about it.
I remember that. Yeah, are you talking about the owner, the meetings, right?
The Florida meeting. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really put a lot of stock into it. But it was interesting, you know. I know that there's fuel in the fire with Samuel because he's taken all his 49er stuff down, unfollowed the 49ers. I mean, I just can't see any way in which they trade the guy. I mean, I would jump on it in a second. Are you kidding? But
yeah,
I don't know. What did you make of it? I didn't put a lot. I didn't make too much of it, to be honest.
You know what? I listened to it. I must have been doing something. I was on my couch, and I think I had it on, and I probably missed it because the next I think a few days after someone was talking about it. I was like, I must have missed it, but I did rewatch it and I must have missed it. So yeah, I wouldn't put too much. I wasn't taking too much stock into it either, just because like Debo's, he's trying to get some attention now. Like when they start deleting their accounts and they're doing this and they're doing that, he just wants to get more money. But Debo thinks he's more valued than any receiver in the league because he could play as a running back because he's got rushing yards on top of what he could do in the passing game.
Yeah,
he wants to get paid almost. He wants to be as valued as a starting quarterback in the league. Like that's how crazy it is. 50 million, Garrett? 50 million a year?
Wow. I don't know if he's going to get that, but I mean, he's a hell of a player, though. I would say I consider him the second most explosive player in the NFL behind Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. No, agreed. To keep Debo and Bosa. Debo wants 30 million. I like him, but he might want more than that, dude. I wouldn't even be surprised.
Thing is all these guys want 30 million now. It's like the new norm. Like I don't see how you can get out of paying it anymore because the dam's already collapsed. Once they start paying these guys, they're all going to start getting money. We're going to look at in 2 or 3 years. We're going to look at 30 million and say that's cheap. That's a bargain.
Yeah,
it's just the way it is. What are we going to do when Devontae Smith's contract comes up? It's going to be well over 30 million. So you're going to have to pay it.
Well, Hurts ain't making him look like he should get 30 million. So at this point, he'll probably get 10 million for the year. He'll probably he looks like he's the third receiver on this damn team right now.
You look at the numbers he put up in a run-heavy offense that didn't even treat him like the number one, and look at the numbers he put up. You put him on with Joe Burrow, he's going to have a monster year. You put him with any of those guys, and that's not a shot at Hurts. It's just a shot at the style of play. You get a more passing friendly offense, he's going to put up monster numbers.
True. Yeah, I mean, I want this kid to shine. Like I really want him to shine. They better do it this year because I feel like it's going to boil over sooner or later. Like the frustrations are going to come up and. Smith ain't gonna be happy. It's all. Smith ain't gonna be happy if he's getting ignored. And Nick Sirianni ignored him one game. He's went up to Hurts 3 times this year, last year at least. He got 60 yards. Then he got the ball in the fourth quarter in that playoff game. He got 60 yards easy from a minute and a half. He didn't have it. He had it less than a minute. He had 60 yards. Look what he could do. It's just. That's the guy, that his attitude and like, give me the ball, I'm going to make this play. Like That's the guy that we want, and that's the guy that we need to feed the ball because he's just going to get better and better every single week.
Oh, I agree. Totally agree.
But
absolutely.
Other than that, guys, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like I said, the Eagles, the Eagles been quiet. The Tyrann Mathieu stuff, we're going to see tomorrow. Maybe something's brewing with that.
Tomorrow, baby. Let's go. Let's get them done.
I hope tomorrow's the day. I hope tomorrow's the day. That's what I'm hoping. So,
tomorrow's the day. Yes. So I would like it.
I love it. We got 370 in the chat. Much love to everybody came in the stream today. Just hanging out, just talking the draft and everything. Like I said, we stream every single week. So definitely subscribe to Philly 500. His link is in the description below. Check out the videos, everything. He's very entertaining. If you don't know what Philly 500 has been living under a rock for all these years. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe, like the stream before you leave. If you like the Philly Shakedown podcast, we do this every Saturday. But when time the draft comes, we will be streaming from both channels, and we're going to be ready to go. It's going to be the big mystery. The big mystery.
It's going to be fun. Absolutely.
So, anything?
No. That's pretty much it, really. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, you guys enjoy. Appreciate you checking on our channels and supporting us. Every single day. It's been great, and we try to stay as persistent as possible when it comes to our content. And I hope you guys enjoy it. We work very hard, and we love to interact with you guys every single week. So it's great. So. All right, guys, you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you this Saturday on Philly 500's channel. So we'll be back.
That's right, yeah.
Unless something comes up and, we got to switch it like 5 times. But, yeah, who knows at this point.
We'll figure it out. We'll switch it 5 times, and we'll be right back where we started.
That's right. All right, guys, you guys have a good day. Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.